Bang Bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Et on continue ce spécial Hellfest dans Bang Bang. Très heureux d'être ici dans ce festival et très heureux de recevoir des artistes qu'on adore et on vous aime, les SAINT AGNES. Bonjour.
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 Comment est-ce que vous allez?
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, great. We just played our show at Hellfest this morning on the main stage, and it went really fucking great. We started at 10:30, so we were like, oh, there'll be like probably a couple of hundred people, but walked out on stage, fucking packed. It was amazing.
Yeah, if you've already played a show and seen a wall of death by midday, it's a good day.
Yeah.
So we're having a good day, yeah.
On vous a vu à Paris aux Étoiles, on en parlait un petit peu hors antenne, et donc ici au Hellfest, sur la main stage, toujours avec une énergie hallucinante et surtout communicative. Donc déjà, je tenais à vous féliciter pour cette force que vous avez.
If there's one thing that stands out from your shows, it's in energy that you guys deliver, and it can be at Les Étoiles in Paris in a small venue, but also here at a festival. So thank you for this energy the guys are providing.
It comes from the genuine emotion in the songs. You know, Kitty and I write together. Kitty's the main lyricist, but we work on everything together, and we're always trying to search for being as honest and authentic as possible. And when you write songs that have real emotion in, when you then play them, that emotion comes alive in you, and you can't help but feel it again, and that fuels the energy. That's where the chaos comes from, and then you see people's faces and they're feeling the same, and it's just a vicious circle of, and it's amazing. At the end of the night, everyone's happy.
I think as well, we treat every there's a lot, like being in a band is quite difficult, and there's a lot of crap that you have to go through. Playing shows is one of the best bits, and we treat every single show the same. So whether it is a tiny club venue or main stage Hellfest, we put everything into it. And I think, you know, because ultimately you're doing it for people, and it's the same people who are at Les Étoiles in Paris, who are here today. You're doing it for them. So I think to give anything less than everything is not respectful to art and the audience.
We have too much respect for each other as a band and for the audience who have come to see us to give anything other than our total commitment.
Et vous vous sentez à l'aise plutôt, parce que quand même vous donnez cette énergie, vous vous sentez plus à l'aise dans une petite salle avec moins de monde, ou même s'il y a du monde, ça va, ça vous assurez, vous dites, vous avez pas de stress?
Do you feel more or less comfortable playing in a club or at the mid stage in a Hellfest? Is it the same, or is it different? A different vibe maybe for you guys?
I'd like, it's the same really. It's a show, you know. We're getting to do the really fucking cool thing, which is play our music to people who are there to see you. So whether it's big stage, tiny venue, for me it's like it's the same.
Yeah, I think so. I'm always a little more nervous at a festival. Just like we're a bit ambitious with our show, considering our very small budget. We don't have a lot of money. Our gear is always falling apart. We treat it really badly. And so my biggest worry is always equipment and technical stuff. I trust that we can play. It's always something else failing. And at a festival, you have about 5 minutes to just get on and play. And that, so that you go to play, and that first time, when it works, you're like, and then it's good. But for that first moment, my heart is just here.
En même temps, c'est ce qui fait votre force. Vous êtes pur, c'est punk, c'est direct, c'est quelque chose qui envoie. C'est un vrai groupe, quoi. C'est pas comme le metalcore.
The way you play your music is really intense, but it's so direct, and you can really feel it's a rock band. And like Pierre said, it's not a metalcore Ableton band live, you know.
It's the music. It's the music we love. Is authentic, direct, rock
kind of
music.
A punk attitude to it.
Yeah.
We do like to put on a show, but we're not here to create theatre. You know, it's not like a TV show. We want to create a world and an environment that people can feel the emotion of the songs, And so today we created some visuals and projections, because when you're playing in the middle of the day, the lights look shit.
Of course, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but I love lights. When I go and see band, I love good lights. But so I was like, well, the lights are going to be bad here, but we have a huge fucking screen behind us. So I sat at home and made a thing that's going to replace the lights for it, because I know what I want people to feel at certain moments in the song.
It's about using technology to further express emotion and not letting it get in the way of expressing emotion. So we're not against using technology, track, things like that, but it's about using it in a way that channels more emotion.
Yeah. Our favourite band is 9 Inch Nails. We're massive fans, but and like 9 Inch Nails, there's huge amounts of technology, but essentially it's one person's really honest music and a vocal that is raw, exciting and visceral. And you go and see 9 Inch Nails live and it's, you are seeing emotion and heart and honesty, and all of the technology is there to help enhance that, and that's perfect.
Et je vais te poser une question à toi, mais d'être sur le devant de la scène en tant que chanteuse, est-ce que c'est facile ou pas? Parce que souvent on dit qu'on est à nu devant le public, et des fois on peut être timide. Tu as dit tout à l'heure que tu avais la force d'eux, mais ça fait quoi d'être chanteuse? Ça fait quoi d'être devant?
Being lead singer, female lead singer at the Hellfest, being in front of the stage, and like we say in France, to be naked in front of the stage, because you're the front leader, you're the leader of the band. How do you feel? How do you manage to get the energy and the feeling and the strength, like you said, to go in front of all these people and deliver your music and your emotion?
Yeah, well, I have a great band, like they're fucking incredible, and they back me up. I never really know what I'm going to do. I don't really plan where I'm going to be on stage, what I'm going to do. I don't really plan any of that, because I really enjoy the spontaneity of what might happen, and I have a band that follow me wherever I go, so that's really important. I don't know.
I like that phrase about being naked, like, because emotionally
vulnerable,
there's a vulnerability in the music, and also it's scary, everyone looking at you and everything. But when there's 4 of you and you have faith in each other, and you know that you've all worked as hard as you can, and you will all try honestly to do your best. If something goes wrong, we go down together. It's a team.
And afterwards we'll be having a beer, crying, laughing together, and when you have that, you can do anything.
Then you're not naked anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Together.
Yeah. We're naked together.
That's the headline. SAINT AGNES, naked together.
That's better than being naked alone.
Non, mais ce qui est aussi incroyable, c'est que justement, je parle d'énergie, mais il y a aussi un sourire. Vous êtes là, on vous voit, vous êtes généreux, autant dans cette force, cette rage peut-être. Je sais pas s'il y a de la rage, mais il y a un sourire aussi. C'est un mélange qui est très particulier.
And there's also one thing, there's energy, but there's also the smile, the fun, and it's really an important part of your music and of your emotions live, right?
Yeah, I always say to myself, don't smile so much, Kitty. Like, be like intense and angry, which at moments I am, but I just can't fucking help it. When I see one person singing our lyrics or wearing a t-shirt, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, it's just, I can't describe what that's like. So I can't help but smile. And also, I think rock music is really fun. That's a huge part of rock and metal, is how fun it is.
The chaos that you can create as a musician on stage, it's amazing and exciting, and like you feel like a maniac, like a maniacal laughter like the Joker or something. It's like you're having fun, but it's kind of got this dark edge, and it feels really healthy to let that part of you out. And then, like we just said, the 4 of us together, you're doing the thing you've worked really hard to do, and you're being vulnerable together. And it's not very often in your life you actually get to do those things. And so when you have it, you feel so kind of proud of each other and so excited to be in that moment, really alive, like truly alive, that you can't help but smile sometimes. And there's a joy in sharing like painful things and being like, fuck you, to something bad. You know, there's a joy in that.
Vous êtes un médicament.
You're a medicine.
Yeah,
A good one.
totally. Yeah.
Et quelle a été votre première rencontre avec les musiques extrêmes? À quel moment c'est arrivé? Et est-ce que vous avez ce souvenir? C'était un pote qui vous a amené ça? C'était à la télé? Les parents peut-être?
Can you remember your first encounter with heavy music or extreme music or alternative music? Your parents, maybe your brothers, sisters, I don't know.
Yeah, I've got an older brother, and he's very uncool, but
He's also a sound engineer.
yeah, he's a sound engineer also. He won't watch this, it's fine. He had a girlfriend who was very cool, and I took a shine to her and thought she was amazing. And she burned me a CD, and it had Slipknot, System of a Down, lots of like early 2000s metal stuff that was popular when I was a teenager. And I had a CD Walkman, and I used to listen to it on the way to school. And I remember putting the CD in, and I was going to love whatever it was because she was like really cool. But I remember walking to school and being like, fuck, this is crazy. And I was hooked, really.
It's just such an adrenaline rush when you first discover that music. I loved rock music. My dad was into kind of just normal like 80s pop music with some rock, and I always preferred anything I heard that was more like minor key, darker, but I never really knew what it was that I loved. And when I actually then managed to hear something like Metallica, I was like blown away. But the band, I remember specifically when I first heard the band White Zombie and they'd done the album Astro Creep 2000, I read about it in Kerrang magazine, saw the picture and was like, that looks cool. Went and bought it, put it on, and I was like, this is mine. Like, I just responded to it so much. They'd created a whole world.
Yeah.
And whilst they're not lyrically like emotional songs, White Zombie, they're very much just kind of chaos and everything. I love the fact they'd gone to the effort to create a whole world. And when you were in it, you were in it. And that to me was just a magical moment, and I'll never forget that.
Donc le visuel c'est important dans cette musique. Est-ce que c'est spécifique d'ailleurs à cette musique?
Yeah, the visual aspect of the metal or the heavy genre is very important, actually.
Of course. Yeah, I think it really is. When you're at a show, the reason you're at a show is because you want to hear it and see it. And depending on whether you're watching a video, listening to a CD, or watching a live gig, each of those have a different balance between visual and audio. And as a band, it's another opportunity for us to expand our world. So if people are watching something, we want to give them something to watch that represents the lyrics and the feeling of the music.
C'est marrant parce que j'ai l'impression que vous avez digéré justement quand vous étiez plus jeune cette énergie qui vous a peut-être soulagé de quelque chose et que là vous êtes en train de le retransmettre comme par respect par cette musique.
It feels like you are actually you took all this energy from your teenage years and trying to translate them and give them back to your audience now.
That's exactly.
You digested all this anger, all this teenage angst, and you're now giving it back to the crowd.
That's the perfect assessment.
Yeah, I mean, you've answered your own question, really. Like, and all we can say is we. Yes, we.
Bon, bah écoutez, moi je pense que on vous remercie. En tout cas, c'est trop bien en concert. Bravo pour cette énergie encore une fois. On se sent bien en sortant d'un concert de Sainte Agnès et on espère vous revoir bientôt sur Paris.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your show, and we feel good when we go out of your show. We just feel great.
Lovely.
Merci
Thank
beaucoup.
you. Lovely
Merci.
interview. Thank you very
Merci.
much.
Very good. Thank you.
Nice one.